Hello everyone, hope you're well. Going to be doing this video whilst I'm driving, so bear with. Oh, cheers mate, thanks for letting me out. Hopefully the phone doesn't go flat on its face. We know how it goes here. Oh, speed bump. No, we're good. We're good. For now. I apologise if it drops off the face of the earth. I will try and pull over and pick it back up. If that happens, sometimes my magnet isn't great. So, reason I'm suddenly recording, once again, veering towards the edge of being a commentary channel at this point. But yeah, I think it's nice to do life updates and real-time updates as they happen in the YouTube sphere. And I think both of these subjects that I talk about are very much in the YouTube sphere. So we'll start with the first one, which is Instagram is a toxic place if you look in the right areas. So what I mean by that is there's a Instagram channel called TPDTV, I think it's called. My friend Matt Bacon has done a podcast with Rob Kellis. They all seem really nice, to be fair. Matt's podcast is called Nevermind Polly Podcast, as I've probably mentioned several hundred times now. So check that out. Check out that interview. Like I say, I think they're really nice. They put a Instagram post up earlier, and honestly, go look at it. It looks like they're going to be doing Hot Ones, and it is literally a dot-for-dot comparison of Hot Ones. And I fundamentally think that imitation is obviously flattering. But if you are taking inspiration from something, then fair enough, you know, pivot and add your own spin and your own flavour to it. But honestly, go and look at this Instagram post. It literally looks like they're doing Hot Ones. They've decided to call it Hot Twos. I don't know if that's going to keep any lawsuits away, though, just from changing one word, sorry, not one name. So I commented on it as the ABP Instagram channel, saying there's a difference between taking inspiration from something and literally ripping it off to the point where it's like double take. And basically their entire community went fucking mental at me. Someone commented says the guy with a podcast, and then I think he then replied to his own comment and said, in-depth interviews and casual conversation, how original. So I then replied saying, that's like saying the Beatles and the Rolling Stones invented music, so we don't need any more music. And I got a couple of likes out of that. It's not all about that. It's just like, I don't know, some communities seem to just blindly follow the creator regardless of what they do. Like, you know, there's this constant need now, like I'm driving and recording, for example, this hedonic sort of, we need to upload anything on the internet, on YouTube to stay relevant. We need to just get it up as quickly as physically possible. And the reason I can talk about this with some authority is because that's very much the mindset that I used to have when I started doing podcasts. It was, don't worry too much about the audio quality, just get it up on Spotify as soon as possible. And that's where people like John have come in and helped me with the YouTube side of things. And, you know, he's reassured me that the most important thing when I'm doing a podcast is the audio quality. Everything else at its absolute, like, foundation, everything else is, like, a nice to have. Like, Marty does some fucking ridiculous transitions and stuff, and he does some really cool animations, and he's absolutely smashed it with all of the, you know, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. But fundamentally a podcast is a conversation, so it's important that you can hear both people, you know. So yeah, I like TPDTV. I've watched quite a lot of their content. I think they're actually quite cool, but it's just, it takes a couple of people to ruin the community, do you know what I mean? If, I don't know, just it left me with a sort of bitter aftertaste of just like, yeah, fair enough, 1 in fucking 15 people have a podcast, but I truly believe that I bring some sense of universal selling point to mine. I'm not just, like, right now, this is going up on the ABP YouTube channel, I do food reviews, which, you know, once again, it's not... There's hundreds and hundreds of people on YouTube doing that. I do drink reviews, I do reactions, which once again, you know, dime a dozen. But I'd like to think that even if you're watching this up until this second that I'm talking about it, I'd like to think that you're watching it for me. And I know that sounds a bit narcissistic and a bit self-centered, but, you know, there's like, what, 7 different categories on YouTube at its absolute base level. People watch Ryan Trahan because it's Ryan. People watch PewDiePie because it's PewDiePie. Like, you know, I'm a huge fan of Jacksepticeye. I think he's fucking great. I love Sean. Love Markiplier. They're playing video games. Like, who the fuck thought that was going to go mental? But people might not even know what video game they're playing. They just want to watch Jack/Sean, or they just want to watch Mark. So, yeah, viewership is important. So I hope that people are entertained, or they find some sort of escapism from watching this sort of stuff, because this need to just constantly create and just this... It's not a good sort of place to be, creative-wise. It's not sustainable, because you'll burn yourself out constantly chasing your own tail all the time. But yeah, just that's my thoughts on that. That's 6.5 minutes. Fuck me. Next thing I'm going to say is Blue Van Man, Mr. Dave. Thank you so much recently for all the shout-outs that you give me. It's a bit overwhelming sometimes. It doesn't necessarily increase my stats. It doesn't necessarily make my channel blow up. But he doesn't have to mention me. He's got shitloads going on. He's got 152,000 subscribers. He doesn't have to mention me with my 400-ish subscribers. It seems to fluctuate day to day. Obviously, some people get offended by what I say, in which case I say bye. So yeah, that's cool. So yeah, thanks Dave. Thanks Scott as well. He's been really nice lately, and yeah, everyone seems to be sort of giving and sharing the love. It's quite nice. So yeah, cheers for that, guys. Appreciate you. Other than that, Fleece King, Pokemon Go related news, this one. He said some stuff on Twitter last night, which was like, I'm sick of these Niantic events, these Pokemon related events, just being like awful, and I'm sick of like people coming to me in person and saying, because there's this common misconception with Pokemon Go YouTubers that they seem to have like a massive amount of influence on how the game is developed, which, you know, is obviously not true, but I kind of get why people would say that. Just because you've got a Fortnite skin, it doesn't mean you make the game Fortnite. You're just slightly affiliated with it from a sort of creative perspective. And I think he was like properly going off on Twitter last night about it all. X. Everyone's doing that now, aren't they? No one knows what to call Twitter, Elon. Sort your shit. And I think Fleece King was verging on getting cancelled because he's not really diversified his game portfolio enough to moan about the only game he's playing. Like, I know with a 99.8% certainty, if Fleece King's streaming on Twitch, he's going to be streaming Pokemon Go related content. So to moan about the game that's potentially made your platform exist just feels like biting the hand that feeds you. And he put on his Instagram, I've been trying to get hold of him, this is why I'm like a little bit with him, not obsessed, but I quite like the way he plays the game. He's a bit of a what's it called, the opposite of a casual. He's quite in the trenches with the game. He likes to sort of optimize his play time. I don't know what the fucking expression is. Whatever Brandon Tan does, where they go out all day and they're grinding, basically. they go pretty hard on the game, which is cool, you know. If you've got all that time and all that money to walk around all day and not go to work, then fair enough. Yes, I'm projecting. Yes, I'm jealous. I'd love to do that for a job. But you're at the mercy of your Patreon. And this is where cancellation can get scary. Is if people disagree with what you're saying, then they just stop paying for your Patreon. And that can obviously impact your financial stability in terms of paying rent and paying bills and etc, etc. This guy is about to go right up my arse. I know he's alright. Oh no. Okay, bear with. Ooh, it's like a dash cam. Yeah, we did it. I had to put my wing mirrors in. So yeah, Fleece King's in a bit of hot water at the moment, to which he kind of knows that, and he's put an Instagram story up last night, because he's from Australia, so this is all like opposite time zones from me in the UK. He's then put 15 other IG stories up on his Instagram, talking about, you know, eating cake, just kind of random life stuff, really. A little bit of Pokemon Go related stuff. So yeah, I don't know, just feels a bit like Ninja said something really poignant a couple of years back, and I actually agree with it. I don't really like Ninja. I think he's a bit up his own arse. But he said something that was like, oh, okay, that's coming from a sense of like wisdom and been there, done that, got my feet burnt sort of thing. I don't even know if that's an expression. Put your feet to the fire. I'd love to go on catchphrase as a side note. So if anyone can make that happen, then please let me go on catchphrase and win about 25k. So yeah, Ninja put, you know, if you're slagging off a game and your entire existence is that game, then fundamentally you are just hurting yourself, because the people are watching you because they know what they're going to get out of you. And if you're boycotting something that's made you an influencer, in air quotes, I don't like that word, influencer, it annoys me, then you're like, think of it this way, right? If this YouTube channel fell off a cliff, right, and I just stopped uploading, it would take people about 3 weeks to just move on and watch someone else do this. And that is unfortunately the ubiquitous nature of the internet and YouTube in general, really. You know, if Blue Van Man stopped uploading, if Scott and Wonder stopped uploading, or, you know, delete influencer here, or insert influencer, sorry, then people would find someone else to watch. There's not that many people out there that are like super loyal to creators. Not that I've seen anyway. So yeah, it's important to sort of not take the piss out of your fan base, not take the piss out of your community. Like, I'm still very much within the early adoption stages and the infancy of creating a community on ABP. Because as of October this year, I've only been doing this for 4 years. Apparently it takes 10 to 12 years to actually have like a constant interactive community. And podcasting isn't exactly a exploding overnight like it used to be situation. So, but yeah, I don't know, just my opinions, as always, just me being very outspoken about things that I see on the internet. I think that's all I've got to say, really. Other than that, I hope you're well, and yeah, I think that's most of it. I feel a lot lighter now. Yeah, it's been a crazy day today. I've just finished one of my projects at the place that I work. I won't say where I work. I'm sure I have in the past. If people are that bothered, they can go through all the content that I've ever uploaded onto this channel. So I'm looking forward to starting something next When is it? It's either tomorrow or next Monday. I can't remember. I'm not very organised for work. I seem to be more fixated and more planny in terms of everything else in my life. But yeah, I hope you're all good. I hope you're all struggling on through January. Tomorrow will be February, so that's something. It shows that time is moving. I think that's all I've got to say, because I'm now just going off. So yeah, let's leave with a question. What's your favourite Pokemon? Leave a comment below. Mine's either Excadrill, Ampharos, Salamence. I've got a Squirtle in the back on a little sucker on the back of the car in the window. Who else do I like? I can't think of many others off the top of my head. That's a Raichu. I quite like him. He's a bit of a knob in the anime, but it's not his fault. It's Lieutenant Surge's fault. Who else do I like? I do like the weird typing Pokemon where it's like Ghost and Grass, you know? I like Gengar as well because he's just an OG legend. I seem to like Pokemon that evolve twice as well. Let me know what your favourite Pokemon is below. Thanks as always to the sponsors of this show and this channel, Goat Energy and Shanty Spirit, who also do vodka and rum now, so definitely check them out. Use my code. And I think that's all I've got time for. I'm currently on a roundabout, so I can't just stop the video. So yeah, cheers for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Comment if you fancy it. And yeah, what's your favourite Pokemon? Right, speak to you in a bit. Take care, bye.